Hey, B. Listen, I don't even feel like doing this review, but we're going to go ahead and get into it. Let's talk about Love and Hip Hop Family Reunion. We can see Fizz and April outside getting everything together for field day because they have decided that they're going to have Fizz be the person to organize all of this. And Fizz said he's somebody that loves to play games, okay? So he's going to go ahead and be in charge of that. He's okay with that. He got the perfect games. While he and April are out there getting everything decorated, they're trying to figure out what happened, why things didn't work with them. I think they probably dated for like 2 years or some stuff. They went to therapy and everything, and come to find out, you know, he said he was supposed to call her once he got his SHI together, once he got his mental right, and he never called her. He said his main focus was making sure everything was okay between he, Moniece, and their son. And I'm like, well, that's shocking and surprising that that's what you would do, because you never gave a fuck about Moniece and how she felt any other time. Okay, so you use that as an excuse, to which we later find out when April has a conversation with Bambi, we learned that Fizz was feeling as though he wasn't good enough for her. Yeah, if you're comparing yourself to Omarion, we understand why you may feel the way that you feel, Fizz. Okay, so that, I do believe what April said. I do believe he probably was comparing himself on top of the scrutiny and everything that he got from dating Omarion's baby mama, and Omarion was in the same group as you, and I believe y'all are probably the godfather, or at least you're the godfather to his kids or something like that, so you guys were pretty close. So then you turn around and you do that. So yeah, I'm sure he dealt with a lot mentally as it pertains to that and how everybody was looking at him, which caused the breakdown of the relationship. So for him to act like he was so concerned about Moniece and the baby, it's like, oh, okay then, honey. Let's move on. Now, Joy done arrived at the house, right? She see Jay, which is Trick's son, sitting on the sofa or whatever. She bringing in these shirts, the family reunion shirts. And it was so funny because when she went to the room, she saw that Trick Daddy was laying down in the bed and he was asleep. Y'all, let me tell you, Trick Daddy rolled out that bed, honey. He rolled out that motherfucking bed. He had that t-shirt on, rolled out the bed and threw his pants on. I said, wait a minute. So you mean to tell me that you just rolled out the bed and threw your clothes on? You wasn't going to wash your face, you weren't going to brush your teeth, you weren't going to hop in the shower, you weren't going to do nothing like that? What is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? I was like, y'all is not finna catch Trick Daddy out here like that. But they did. They did. Okay? I ain't got nothing else for Trick right now on that scene. We just gonna move on, honey. Scrappy and Jock link up in the morning, yet again, seeing two people that look like they ain't washed their face or brushed their teeth. They just rolled out the damn bed. They just rolled out their bed. We gotta go ahead and film. Let me go and run over here and film. I ain't even gonna throw no mouthwash in my mouth. We're just gonna roll over here and just go ahead and start filming or whatever, okay? That's what it looked like. So they understand that it's field day. Scrappy said he trying to get his body right. You know, he got to do a little workout because he ain't trying to be beat when he get out there on the field. In the midst of them doing that, they ended up talking about he in the relationship with Bambi. The first thing Scrappy asked him was, did my mom come to you and Sierra and tell you about a divorce or anything? And the Jock was like, yeah, she did, fam, she did. But I was like, I ain't trying to really hear that, because I feel like if you wanted to tell me something, you'll come to my face and tell me, you know what I'm saying? So Scrappy goes on and on to talk about how marriage has been difficult. You know, Bambi hasn't been the super wife that he wanted her to be, and how he's poured so much into her, but he's not really receiving that, and he's feeling a bit unappreciated. So Jock clearly is Team Bambi. And he's like, well, listen, you know, I think that she been pregnant this whole time. So you got to look at how y'all came into this marriage. She's been pregnant the entire time y'all been married. So she hasn't had the opportunity to really be the super wife that you want her to be. Now you guys are on this trip. You don't have your kids or anything. So I think you really should focus and make this time about you two and go from there. And Scrappy's like, I want to make it about God. I'm going to make it about me and God. It's like, wait, you can't do that and include your wife in on that? Wait. I don't be understanding Scrappy sometimes, because Scrappy be wanting solutions and answers without having to put in the effort to get to where he needs to be. And that just doesn't make any sense, because we're going to see that show up later as it pertains to Erica, who Mama D surprisingly invites to the show. But I'm just like, Scrap, you got to be able to compromise. And I see that's probably the main issue that Bambi be having with you. You don't be wanting to compromise about nothing. You be want all these solutions. You be want everything to be worked out, but you don't feel like you need to put in the work to help it work out as well. So I don't understand that. But if that's what y'all do, then honey, good luck. So Mama D is out there talking to Mendice's mom. She's talking about the issue that she had with Bambi and her son and how she was telling people about the divorce. And I'm like, Mama D, here you go again, still talking and telling their business to yet another person, which happens to be Mendice's mama, okay? I'm just like, girl, you ain't get enough, huh? You ain't get enough. When she said Scrappy, he really chewed me out about that. He did chew me out, so he gonna probably chew you out some more, honey. So she says that she's really team Bambi and Scrap. She really got his back and stuff, but she thinks that they need to resolve some of the past issues, which is why she has a surprise for them later. And we find out, like I said, that surprise is going to be Erica, who's going to show up at the field day. So while we're at field day, of course, Scrappy and Bambi ain't really stunned Mama D. And then you got Bambi going over there having a side conversation with April. They trying to get to know each other and all that other stuff. She all in her biz, okay? Then we have Trick talking to Mendice's. They're talking about their time in prison, how it has affected them and how it affects men once they come out and what the struggle is like and everything. So once they wrap up that conversation, here go Trick Daddy trying to inquire about April. It's like, Trick, if you don't sit the... Okay. Now, you know, well, here go Mendice's talking about some Trick Daddy dollars or something. I'm like, honey, he ain't got them Dr. Dre dollars, and that's why she's not going to be entertaining him. Okay? And don't nobody want you, Trick. You done rolled out the bed, didn't wash your face, didn't brush your teeth, didn't take care of your body, didn't do none of that, and just threw some clothes on. I don't know what makes you think that girl gonna want to lay up under you. Honey, the audacity. And this be the stuff that we be talking about, the audacity. These men be going around want women to look like ping, pang, pow, bow, wow, wow. And they be over here looking like ching, chong, young, young, hell no. What the fuck? No, get it together, honey. But we're going to move on, okay? Shortly after that, we get the surprise of Erica. Erica walks up, you know, Scrap over there. I holler because Scrap was over there like, what is happening? Like, huh? His mouth was wide open. He was moving stuff, pulling, like trying to act like he didn't want to go nowhere near Erica. And Scrappy, when you do these type of things and you act like you can't have a conversation with her or you act a certain way or this, that, I think it's more to it. Y'all tell me. I really feel like it's not just the disrespect that she's giving to him. I feel like Scrappy somewhere in there probably still got feelings for Erica or something. Because the way you act and like if somebody just did you wrong, you was able to make up with Stevie J after y'all actually fought. You was able to make up with Stevie J and whoever else and y'all all be cool, but you can't make up with the mother of your child? Yeah, that don't even go. So if I was Bambi, I'd probably be looking like, I mean, I don't know the situation once again. I'm on the outside looking in as how it's portrayed on TV. But for me, I would be like, you sure you ain't still got feelings for her or something like that? And like, what is happening here? Why are you... It's just a conversation. Like, why are you going around not wanting to have this conversation? What is this, honey? Okay, I would be like looking at him with all kind of side eyes because it's not making any sense. But Bambi was able to pull Erica over, which I can appreciate, and they just had a grown woman talk. Bambi did not apologize for any of her past actions because she meant it in that moment. However, moving forward, she just wants to dead things and she wants to be able to interact and it be all cool, it be all good. She don't want Erica to feel awkward when she comes around. And I can appreciate that. And Erica was receptive to that. And she was like, yeah, we good. You know, it is what it is. You're coming to me as a woman. How can I be mad at that? We see each other. We cool. Let's move on. Later on, we can see that Erica and Mama D gonna have a sit down. And Mama D is like, you know, I brought you here because, you know, y'all got a good relationship. You know, you and Scrap, how y'all been co-parenting, but I do think that it could be a bit better. Okay. And, you know, back when you and him was dating, you had some issues with his infidelity. And it seems like Bambi is starting to have those same issues. Erica said, girl, if I could just be honest, I don't give about none of this. Girl, I don't care. I don't give about none of this. None of it. Okay, that ain't got nothing to do with me. All I'm gonna say is this: she came to me as a woman. We had a conversation, and that's it. And I just feel like if Bambi could come to me as a woman, and we really had some words and was about to fight, then the least my baby daddy can do is come to me as a man, as my baby father, and like, let's have a conversation and let's move forward. You know, so I don't even understand all of that mess going on, but I don't really care about none of that. Me and Bambi, we good. We see each other. But as far as your son, He needs to get his together. Meanwhile, we can see Bambi and Scrappy having a sit down. She's like, do you think your mama invited her here? He was like, I know my mama invited her here. She's the only person that'll do some shit like that. She's the only person that will sit up there and invite your enemy to a cookout. So yeah, I know she did. I know she had something to do with it, for sure. And Bambi's like, well, why don't you have a conversation where he was like, nah, I ain't really trying to talk to her. It ain't really nothing for us to talk about. And Bambi's like, well, I've already had a conversation with her, so I feel like if I could do it, you could do it too. And it's just like a quick conversation. It ain't really got to be that deep. You know, you just got to talk to her. I'm sure she'll be cool. And he's like, well, I'll think about it, but I don't really think it's going to fly. Like, I mean, we just going to see, like, I don't know. I don't want no drama. So fast forward and we see Erica try to go over to have this conversation with Scrap, but Scrap wasn't really interested in having this conversation with her. She was like, hey, I want to talk to you. You know, it seemed like he was ignoring her at first, and she had to say it again, like, hey, I want to talk. They go sit down. She's trying to have a conversation. He was like, She's like, why are you standing up? He's like, oh, because we're not finna do this. We're not finna do this right now. And she was like, okay. You know, she went over there, sat down with Mama D, shaking her head and stuff. And she's just like, he got to grow up, basically. Like, she got to wait and do everything on Scrappy terms. It just don't make no sense. Like, Scrappy clearly can hold grudges for a long time or whatever. I just think it's whack. Y'all both equally have disrespected each other, so the least y'all could do is equally have a sit down and have a conversation. And although Imani is getting, or I think that's her name, Imani is getting grown, and you know, she gonna be older, she gonna be an adult out here running her thing, doing her own thing. At the end of the day, she still gonna need her two parents, you know, but y'all really don't have to talk if y'all don't want to, you know, but in her best interest, like anything can happen. Like, why not have a, you know, a decent co-parenting situation? But you know, some people like, shit, after once my baby 18, in college, off to college, I ain't really got shit else to do with you. I'm over here focused on raising the next two that I got. So I mean, I guess, honey, but good luck. We see Jock's son and Carly's daughter sit down having a conversation, getting to know each other. We also see Jay over there. I'm not even gonna bring up Miss P because she was in it, and I'm glad I didn't see her a lot until she walked over trying to be in everybody else's business. Like, girl, go find you some business. Anyway, later on we saw Carly's daughter ended up getting pulled away by Ray J. They go into a room. They weren't alone because we saw April in that same room, and they're just trying to get to know each other. But Carly not playing that SHI. Carly like, that's a married man, and that married man is full of SHI, so let me go in here and get my daughter. So she calls her daughter out to have a conversation with her. And girl, I can't even blame Carly for that. And lastly, we see Joy and Sierra. They're sitting down having a conversation. Joy says that her and Trick have decided they will never try and mend fences and get back together ever again. She speaks on her main concern being the relationship with the kids. It makes Sierra reflect back on her relationship with Rod's son that ended up being murdered not too long ago. And she was just thinking about how she wished she was closer to him and developed a better relationship than what she had. She just let him do his thing or whatever. And she wished that she would have. So her and Joy kind of got teary-eyed over the children that are not theirs, but wanted to continue to be in those kids' lives and stuff. So that was pretty much that. I mean, it was a cute episode. I enjoyed seeing the field day. It looked so fun. I said, I bet you after having this field day, I'm sure a lot of those people start like reaching out to their family, and like, when all this pandemic is over, we should go and do the same thing. I think that was pretty dope to, you know, go and rent a resort and everybody be out and just have a really good time. So I mean, the episode was cute for what it was. It was a little bit of a drag, or at least I was dragging, because I was like, dang, I don't feel like getting up doing this review. Hence the reason why it's so late. But yeah, that's all I got, though. That's all I got. I'm Jamie That's Me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.